Good morning, sister friends. It's Terry from Sisterhood of the Traveling Brush. And welcome. If you're new here, thank you for coming to visit. I hope you'll subscribe. And let's get on with it. I'm needing to paint a canvas for a challenge with my friend LaVon Falbo of La Vintage Decor in Pennsylvania. And she's doing one for me, and what we're doing is I'll finish this, send it to her, and she has to paint a piece of furniture using this as sort of her inspiration. And the other two, I'm like, if you're gonna sit down to do it, why not just see if you can do 2 or 3 at a time? Let me show you what all I got out. I've got like 2 or 3 buckets of water, and I keep my paint brushes in a toolbox. So my little brushes, my little artist brushes, and my palette knives and things like that are in this little top part. So I've got it sitting aside. I just reuse the heck out of the paper towel. Maybe, I mean, not paper towel, but paper plate. Maybe I'm saving a tree. I think it's called like a frog is what you call it in the flower industry. It's like a baby bottle draining rack, a little thing. Well, I keep my wet brushes, you know, after I wash my brushes, I just stick them down in that. And so there's some more brushes we'll use. And I just stuck in all the paints that I had laying on the table over here that I got out for another project. Those are the same ones we're gonna use this time. And they are mostly Blick Acrylics. There's a couple of Goldens, and then there's a couple of Master's Touch. And these thicker ones are from Art Alchemy. I don't want these to be identical, even though they're gonna be using the same colors. We're gonna make them a little bit different. And it really doesn't matter what color. I'm gonna grab a purple because it's my favorite. Let's make one of these go this way, and one of them go this way, so they still look a little bit different from each other. This is the one for LaVon. It can probably handle a taller vase. We don't wanna put it exactly in the center. I wanna put it kind of a funny shape to it there. And we'll have our table about right there, because you always have your vase sitting a little ways, and then our table. Then the rest of that'll be sky, and we'll come up and have, let's just pick a number. Let's go with 13 flowers. See if we can hold 13. Your biggest one always goes here next to the top of your vase, and then they get smaller. So we'll go 1, 2, and we try to stay with an odd number. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, there's gonna be her 13 flowers. And then here's my vase, here's not mine, but you know, another one. And we're also gonna go to the left with this one. I'm wanting to try something new. I'll try that on the top one. Let's put our table in here first, and I want kind of a round vase. I like it, that'll be fine. Then we've got our last one up here. To try something new, like put a wall here. I don't know how that would go. How would that go? Would it come up from here? Oh, I don't want it to be too different. Let's go right here in the center, and that'll be our table, and then we'll put our funny looking vase there. And let's go. We can go over some of this, we can change our mind on some of this, but that's just an indication of where everything is gonna go. Just put these on here. I'm gonna decide where the sun's coming from on each of these, and I'm gonna go from the left on this one, right on this one. This one's a little bit crazy. I'll go from the right on this one too. And Then we'll go to the dark side and put just a little bit of the blue. What I'm gonna do is just pick up a small brush. Let's just spread it out a little bit. I'm gonna hold my brush this way, kind of like it would be a palette knife. And I'm trying to hurry, because I want this paint to be a little bit wet when I come back with the darker. Not trying to fill this in completely or anything like that. I'm not really wanting to leave a whole lot of like the white canvas showing through, but I want it darker in some areas and lighter in others. I'm getting all the teal areas first, then I'll come back with the white and then the Prussian blue. Sometimes I like to put little X's, something to give it just a little bit of texture there. And I don't always want that to blend in. Sometimes when a little bit of the white showing or another color showing, you want to leave it showing. What I'm going to do real quick is with the excess paint that's on my brush right now, I'm going to get my sides. This also gives it a little bit of texture on the front and things like that. Pull it up close where you can see a little bit. I would love for you to leave me a comment and let me know, where you're from and how life's treating you. If you have any questions, what your favorite paint is, just anything to let me know you're here and watching and paying attention and liking what you see, any of that stuff. Just grabbing a little paint here and there on front where I can get some. I'm not going to worry about sitting this back down wet because I can touch it up later if need be. Okay, now we have a little white down here on our table. We're just going to go ahead and block that in. I like to go around the edges with the dark and just sort of frame it in. You don't have to do this in the beginning. A lot of times I do it last and I may do it some more in the end. But right now I have this dark blue on my brush and I want to use it. Now we're going to line everything in with this same blue. I'm going to go in and do my flowers and stuff. And it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just using a little, probably a 1/2 inch flat. This is thick, so it's going to take a little longer to dry, which is great for when you're doing several at a time. By the time I come back to this one, it'll be mostly dry. I'm gonna go a little tad bigger than what my circles were. No, my flowers won't be blue in the end. I don't guess. If any of them look spectacular or anything, I'll leave it, but I don't know that that's gonna happen. Right now, we're just laying in some color and getting rid of this blank canvas. And then we'll let the flowers inspire us in a minute. Starting to dry and getting sticky. I'm just going around and blending this in just a tad with the color around it. You could do this with a palette knife. You could do it with a brush. And let's do the next one. Still got the same brush. I didn't put it in the water or anything. These canvases, these two are 11 by 14, gallery wrapped from Michaels. And that one is a 12 by 12, also gallery wrapped. I really like to work with those because they can stand up on their own or be ready for framing. And it just feels thick and juicy and nice and rich and heavy and artisty. So they're my faves. This is not a game to be played with clean hands. You're definitely going to have paint on your hands in the end when you use these methods. Just trying to scoop up any extra paint with my brush to grab and bring on down. And here we are, still just trying to get, and I'm going to go with the dark here on the side. This absolutely does not matter. Because this is drying so fast, I'm going to go ahead and do this to the other one before I come back and block in those flowers. So there's no, hey, you got to do this step, this step, this step. Doesn't work that way. My brush is wet, so this is going to run, but this one will look a little bit different than the others because of that, and I want them to look similar because they are in a series. Just smearing the little blobs out. I don't know why I love to paint this way so much, but I do absolutely love having the paint on the canvas and seeing where it leads me.